Hello everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm your local friendly technology addict, CJ, and this is the Tech Addict's Attic. Currently, I am trying to figure out why this new BNC connector, new to me, I've never used one of these before. I've used a similar style, but they've got a few different internal parts, ever so slightly. But when I push the cable in all the way, you can hear the multimeter down here beeping. When I push in on it, I get a short. So I got to figure out where I went wrong with that. And that's about as technical as this video is going to get, I'm sorry to say. So the reason for this video is it has been 11 months since my last publicly published video. And I feel bad about that because I've got 566 subscribers, which, to be honest, isn't a huge number for a professional YouTuber, but I'm not a professional YouTuber. So for me, it's kind of a big deal. You know, I got 500 people who think I am interesting enough or think that my content is interesting enough that they want to know when new stuff comes out. And so they check the subscribe thing, and if they're like me, they probably forget about it, right? Because the whole purpose of subscribing is that you don't have to sit there and keep it in your mind. You can just forget about it and you'll get notified when something comes along. And so I suspect that's what people are doing, is they're subscribing and forgetting, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I do it too. So it really is no skin off of anybody's back that I haven't had a video come out in 11 months. But I still get these emails that I've got new subscribers. I get about 1 to 4 a month, if my mind's eye is remembering correctly. And having 1 to 4 new subscribers a month reminds me that there are more people finding my channel somehow or another, and they think my stuff's interesting enough they want to see new stuff. I mean, after all, you're not going to subscribe if you don't think there's anything new coming out, right? So I feel kind of bad that I haven't had any new content in the past 11 months. And I wanted to apologize for that, as well as give a little bit of a reason as to why. You know, we've had a lot of things happening in this household and close relatives' households. When COVID hit, we had a relative who required periodic medical care, and this relative was unable to leave the house. So we had a nurse, for want of better definition, schedule periodic visits. Well, when COVID hit, the nurse's company said that they couldn't come out anymore. They didn't want the nurses to risk contracting COVID and either bringing it back to the office or having it and taking it out to a sick patient. Well, because those visits stopped, and because we also did not visit this relative, because we didn't want to be unwitting asymptomatic carriers. So basically the visits stopped, and there were certain symptoms that, had this relative had visits from somebody, these symptoms probably would have been noticed, but they weren't. And so they progressed and progressed, and the condition devolved. And basically, one day we put the relative in the hospital, and they didn't make it. It's kind of bittersweet, though, because at the same time, we had another relative who was giving birth. So there's a new baby in the family. And this was just before that last video that I made 11 months ago. So this was about a year and 13, 14 months, 15 months ago, give or take. It's hard to keep track in my mind right now. But sometime after that, we had another loss in the family. Fortunately, this one was just due to old age, so it's not like we didn't have any warning. We knew that this one was coming. We were able to somewhat prepare for it. Doesn't make it hurt any less, you know. But so we've lost 2 family members. We've gained a family member. Another relative had a surgery. So basically, there's just been a whole lot of stuff going on. And our schedules have been hectic, and our free time has been non-existent. So I've not really had the luxury of doing things like putting BNC connectors on coax. Simple, stupid little thing like this. But it's easy to see how it's shorted out, because this pin, when you push, it can, yeah, it's partially my own fault, because this is a new style of BNC to me. I'm not familiar with it, so I'm still learning the fitment, the lengths to trim things, because it did not come with any instructions either. But I digress. So anyway, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm sorry that I haven't had a video come out in a while. It's just been hectic, and I do want to get back into doing some videos. I've already had a couple of gadgets that I picked up a radio. I picked up a handheld radio several months back that I would like to share with you all. It was built in 1994, 95, somewhere in that time frame, and it still works like the day it was brand new. It's a great little rig, and I love it to death. I wish I could find more of them, but they are exceedingly rare, and especially for the price I got it at. I'm just beside myself with this. I've also built a field strength meter, so while I did not get a video of that, I would like to rebuild it, because it doesn't satisfy my technical preferences. There's a couple of things that I wish were better with it, so I'm going to try to rebuild it, and in rebuilding it, hopefully I'll be able to do a video then. But I do have things coming up, some plans anyway, and we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I know it's been almost a year since my last video, and it may be another year before I am able to do another one. So for those of you who, you know, care, as bad as that sounds, for those of you who care, I do plan on doing some more videos. It's just going to be a while before I can. So I hope you all be patient with me, and I thank you for the patience you've had so far. Just keep that subscribed button checked, because you'll forget that I'm here until I come out with something. So until then, 73s everybody, and I'll be QRT for a while. Take care.